Welcome to The Aspiring Kryptonians, a podcast for Superman fans, hosted by Superman fans and focused around all things, you guessed it, Superman. After all, we are aspiring Kryptonians. From comics, TV, film and animation, each week we discuss our thoughts on the latest releases, news and even some retrospective reviews. So without further ado, let's get the show on the road. Hello and welcome to episode 28 of the Aspiring Kryptonians podcast with me, Tasman, and the rest of the team, Evan and Ashley.
Hi. Hi, guys.
This week, you may notice we have a very special guest who is the artist for Action Comics issue 1037 and 1038, and also for Justice League Last Ride. Welcome, Miguel Mendonça.
Hey,
great to have you, man.
Awesome invitation, guys. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to speak with you. So, yeah, thank you for taking the time to be with us today. For those who are watching live, you may have noticed that we've quickly switched to a second recording. We did a double recording today. But, yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here, Miguel, and we've admired your work on both of those titles.
Thank you so much. It was awesome hearing you talk about it.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, he's a listener of the podcast.
Great, thank you.
Yes. It's awesome to be drawing and hearing you guys speak about the work I'm doing.
Oh, thank you.
And it's great that you liked it. So
we love it. We love it. So Miguel, it's kind of like an interview sort of setup we've got going for today's episode. So we'll start with your sort of career and how you got into the comics industry, and then we'll move on specifically to Last Ride, Action Comics, and Superman specifically, if that's okay.
Sure, sounds good.
And obviously, last but not least, just a little note, but Miguel has kindly agreed to teach us how to draw the perfect Superman a little later on in the episode, so feel free to join in with that. And that's probably more of a thing that you'd watch on sort of YouTube, because you can't see the drawings that we're doing otherwise. But Miguel, what was it that started your passion for art?
Well, I'm not sure what started it, but I think it was just something that came with me, because since I can remember that since I could hold a pencil, I would be drawing and drawing my own toys and everything I would see. And it's something that grew and I started and never let the pencil go.
Awesome.
What made you go into it? Was it always sort of comic art that you've drawn? What made you go into it down that route?
It was not like I said. My brother tells me that I would draw a lot of my own toys.
Yeah.
But then I started reading his comic books. At the time, it was more European comic books.
Okay.
But then I discovered the American comic books, especially Superman. And later on, I discovered manga. So I like to think that my style has a little bit of the three main schools of comics. Those are all my influences.
Yeah,
Awesome.
You can see the manga style actually in your work now that you mention it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's the line work, I think.
Yeah, I don't really think about it, but you draw normally what you like to see. So I guess, and I love manga. I love all these three different styles of comic books. Yeah. So I try to implement what I like to see, and I guess that shows a little bit. It's not that obvious, maybe, but I guess it shows.
How would you, if you can answer this, how would you describe the differences between Western, European, and Eastern art styles?
It's not that easy nowadays, because all artists are more and more influencing each other. So there's not just these limitations on the continents. But well, the first thing I remember, I think about when reading manga is the intensity of some of the action scenes. It's a bit different from what we used to see on the American comic books. But then again, nowadays not so much, because a lot of artists have that different influences.
Yeah.
Maybe on the European comic books, there's a different kind of storytelling. It's kind of different. I don't know how to explain it, but they take a bit of a different attention to the scenery, where places where the story is happening. You know, the world building. I think. At least the stories I grew up with. On Moebius' side, especially, you know, my brother had a lot of Moebius collection.
His stuff is awesome,
and his attention to detail and world building, everything making sense, and his storytelling is unique. And well, of course, I grew up. Superman is a big influence to me, so we all love those kinds of superhero stories, the journey of a hero, what's the true meaning of being a hero, all those kinds of things that I take a bit from the American comics, you know.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So who were your favorite artists growing up?
Well, I think I started drawing more seriously with Japanese artists, especially with Akira Toriyama, Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Because everyone was drawing what they saw on the TV, and I had a friend that would draw. He was a little bit older than me, and I thought I have to draw like him when I'm his age. So
Nice.
I made the goal to myself. So I have to try and draw better and better each day. And we would draw Dragon Ball, you know.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So Akira's influenced me a lot.
So when you started drawing, were you not as good as what you are now? Has your artwork got better over time?
Sorry,
your artwork, you were saying that you wanted to draw like your friend did when you were his age. So was your artwork not as good as it is now?
Nowadays? You mean nowadays?
No, back then.
Oh, back then.
Yeah.
Well, no, I would always think that his art would be better, no matter what I did. He's like, he would be like the genius.
Nice.
Well, later on, I got back to reading Superman with the death of Superman and the return, and Dan Jurgens would be such an amazing influence also.
Yeah.
I loved especially his artwork, and Tom Grumet that would be drawing more the Superboy stories.
Oh yeah.
Those were my favorite from that era.
Yeah.
And but maybe my biggest influence is Jim Lee. Yeah.
Nice.
We love Jim Lee.
Yeah. Everyone loves Jim Lee.
Yeah, I think so. He's just a universally good artist and person. He's lovely.
Because this was a lot of years later. Maybe I wasn't thinking of drawing comics during a lot of a great period of my life. I didn't think that would be possible, you know. Okay. But reading Ush, Jim Lee's,
yes,
there was something in that story that got me drawing seriously and thinking about comics.
Awesome.
So So how did you get into the
And I
internet?
think that was especially the Superman story when Superman grabs Batman on that.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one.
The best part.
Yeah.
So how did you get into the comics industry? What was the start like?
Well, I like I said, during many years, I didn't think it would be possible. In growing up, there was not an example of an artist, a Portuguese artist drawing comics. There was none. So I didn't think that would be a possibility. So I studied and took a class, a degree on design, web design and graphic design.
Okay.
So I started working with that, working on branding and logos and websites and stuff like that. But I never stopped drawing, you know. So there was like this little voice telling me that I like doing this, but there was something else that I was passionate about. And the more I feed that voice, the more it grew until I started thinking maybe I have to at least try this path.
Yeah.
You know? So I started doing a portfolio and searching where can I show my drawings. And at the time, the big two doesn't accept submission work, but a lot of the smaller companies do. So I started searching for every email I could on that internet, and I sent it all over. And what happened? Nothing happened.
Oh.
What do? You give up, or you start doing another portfolio, and that's what I did, because that voice was not a little voice in my head anymore. It was like shouting, "You have to do this."
Nice.
Impossible to not go that way. So I did it again, and maybe 1 year after that, I did the same thing with my portfolio, and I had a few offers, and one of them was a little publisher called Zenescope. So I started doing some work with them, and well, I did the first story, and then they sent me another one and another one, and I think I did the stories with them for 2 years. After 2 years, while doing that work on Zenescope, I started working with an author called Meredith Finch, that was at the time working with her husband, David Finch, on Wonder Woman.
David Finch.
Nice.
Yeah. So she asked me if I wanted to do one issue of Wonder Woman
Wow.
at Twitter, and I
Wow.
didn't say anything because I was not on Twitter a lot. But gladly or luckily she went to Facebook again.
So you
And,
almost missed the
asked
message.
me again. And yes, after a lot of screaming in the house and scaring everybody what's happening, well, asking me to do a Wonder Woman issue for DC Comics, that was like the dream, winning an Oscar for me.
Yeah.
And it was not that much that long from thinking about it, doing the portfolio, started working on comics, and getting to one of my main goals, that was working on DC.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We have a comment here from Lou Johnson, who says, "Nice. When you have a dream, you can't even let no stop you. Great job."
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Can you just imagine if you hadn't have listened to that little voice in your head?
Well, the voice was stronger than I couldn't ignore it.
Yeah,
Uh,
good.
Awesome.
and in this case, it was not really a no. It was nothing, and that's sometimes it's worse because it's
Yeah.
really frustrating.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's what you do because I started feeding that feeling with starting getting more into comics, going to little conventions,
yeah,
um, little things like this, thinking about working on my portfolio, getting better, getting that little goal. And that works for comics or for anything else,
yeah,
getting those little goals
Yeah.
in life that you want to do. You are feeding that hunger, in,
yeah.
in my case, that little voice in my head
We all
that
have one.
until I couldn't ignore it anymore. I always talk about this because I think it's really important because to me um, the real how do you say the real change was when I made the decision
Yeah,
not
Hmm.
getting really that good to enter on comics, but right here in my mind thinking, oh, this is the way I want to go this way,
yeah,
and not look back.
yeah.
You know,
Keep going.
yeah,
Awesome.
So you mentioned you were a big fan of Superman anyway. So have you always been a fan of Superman?
I think so. Yes, maybe from the Reeves, Christopher Reeves
Yeah,
movies,
Nice.
and I from time to time I saw some comics, and I was always fascinated with the character. There was something about him that really catched my attention,
yeah,
and it's really it's hard to explain, but I always thought about my favorite character as Superman.
yeah.
Awesome.
So was the Christopher Reeve films your first introduction to Superman, or was it the comics?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one came first.
Mm.
But I remember seeing loose. I don't know whose comics those were, but I
Yeah,
found that some old comics in my aunt's place, and I remember loving the movie, getting fascinated by it. I'm not sure which came first yet.
so what was it about the character that? Well, what is it about the character that you love?
Well, it's like how all the other heroes uh, what they aim to be.
Hmm.
He's the one they look up to. He's the perfect example of what to be a hero is.
Yeah,
Uh, Never losing hope in any circumstance, and I'm so happy that the story I was able to draw
yeah,
recently was that had that message
yeah,
in all of its pages, um, being that symbol, representing that symbol. Others look at him and get hopeful that things will change for the better,
yeah,
even if he has no powers or he's losing. He doesn't care. He wants to do the good thing always.
yeah. So you mentioned there the work that you've been doing recently, where it shows Superman with showing hope. So that's Action Comics, I'm
Yeah.
assuming. Um, how did you feel when you first got that job, and then you were told to draw Superman in his potentially worst moments, where he's being stabbed, beaten, and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, well, there was some times in my career that there is some screaming going on here, and I scare everyone. And that was one of them. Uh, I had to apologize to my neighbors because getting those kinds of emails like we are going to draw Wonder Woman. When drawing Wonder Woman, there was a story where Superman was in the script
Awesome.
on the New 52. I think I have it here. In the
Ashley
New
loves the
52,
New 52.
there was a moment where Superman appears in like a dream. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Is in it's called Tartarus Pit, and it has a lot of illusions.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hell. And Superman appears on the script, and I didn't know that. And reading Superman on the script, I just yelled, "Oh my God, Superman!"
Awesome.
And my wife comes, "What's happening? It's Superman! I'm going to draw Superman." And whenever that happens, well, some screaming is about to.
Nice.
And well, of course, getting that script with the news that I'm going to draw Action Comics was one of them. And talking with Philip, I had some ideas drawing Superman the way I like to draw. He asked me anything I would like to include on the pages. And of course, I think about the way I would like to to draw him fighting, or some I don't want to really say my ideas, so maybe I can use it in the future. But I was telling him about my ideas of how strong Superman is and how fast he is, and he was like, "Sorry to say, but Superman is not winning here." But that was fine because we love to draw these important moments, and especially these very emotional moments that I got to draw on this story, winning or losing. And it had such an emotional moment, especially in the first book, and also the second, remembering what I did in there. That I really don't mind. I love it. If it's intense, it doesn't matter if it's winning or losing, happy or sad, powerful.
Yeah.
If it's powerful, it's good.
Yeah.
And it can be either way.
Yeah, definitely. So do you have obviously you've drawn the New 52 Superman, you've worked on Action Comics, and you've also worked on Superman in Justice League Last Ride, but do you have a favorite Superman suit to draw?
I think I've done the one I did on Last Ride. I didn't had it was the more classic, I think, because on that story I had the freedom to do what I wanted with it, so I went for the more classic I could.
Wasn't it the Kingdom Come Superman symbol?
No.
I think.
No, it was not the Kingdom Come. No, but
so
that could be because that's another big influence. I love that book.
So how did you feel getting the Last Ride script? Because you got to draw everybody, like all the big villains and all the big heroes. How was that?
I think you can guess by now what happened. It was I said to Chip Zdarsky, well, you are just writing everything I want to be drawing.
Nice. Well, we reviewed it on here. I would tell him, like, you're drawing everything I want to be seeing. Like that was great, man. I love that whole series.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you so much. I loved drawing it. It's like I said, he went into my head. What does he want to draw? He nailed it. It was perfect. If I was writing it, it would be the kind of the story I would be doing. Maybe.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was a really great moment. Yes.
Yeah. What was it like working with Chip on the script? You said you had a lot of creative freedom. So did he sort of tell you? Was he strict with what he wanted, or you had the power?
Well, we already from the beginning. I already knew what would be all about from beginning to end. But it was I had a lot of freedom, especially on like these little things like the versions of the suits and some details like this, like Desaad's house on Apocalypse,
Nice.
torture house. I had the freedom and to be creative on those kinds of sceneries and world building.
Cool.
So
who came up with the idea of the Green Lanterns in the hoodies in the first issue? Was that you or him?
Well, I think it was me. I'm not sure. I think it was me but it was like the way it was described, not saying the hoodies, but they should look like they are underground, stuff like this.
Okay.
So
Cool.
It made sense to me to draw them like this.
Yeah. Did you feel a lot of pressure when you were told that you were working with these characters? Because obviously you were a fan of the characters as well, and I'm sure there was a bit of pressure involved.
Well, that's another thing that's really important, because when we are thinking about our dreams, or what we want to do, we never think about those kinds of things. But when you get the job in this case, well, the pressure just comes with all its strength, and it's a surprise, because you just think you will be on the stars. It's you have the dream job right here in your hands, and your mind starts to think about all the people that are going to be watching your work.
Yeah.
And that can easily affect you.
Yeah.
To me, it was good that I started doing comics with a smaller company. It's not just the big two, and there you go.
Yeah.
Because I started when that pressure came, it could go like, well, I just can't draw. It's too much. I cannot think about that. It's never good enough.
Yeah.
But I focused on the part of, it's the same thing. It's the same pencil. It's the same room. It's just telling a story. And I've been doing that for 2 years, nonstop.
Awesome.
So it's just do the same thing. And especially it was with an author that I was working with, Meredith Finch. I had done 2 series with her. So she already knew what I could do, and she asked me to do another one. So I focused on that part, and it went. I like to think that it went well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because I've been working with them ever since 2016, I think. Yeah, 15, maybe 15.
Nice. How did you find people's response to it? So when they saw your artwork, and well, I'm sure people on Twitter and everyone sort of talk about the comics and the artwork that they've seen. How did you find the response to your work?
Well, it's always amazing, and I feel very grateful because normally in these situations, books that people already like, and especially in this case, they were working with on Action Comics, it was Daniel Sampere's work, and everybody was loving it. Now they have their favorite artist, and then they take him away. Now this new guy, who is this? On my book, I want to read the stories with Danielle, and why I was thinking maybe, well, I'm going to be attacked on Twitter and online and whatever. So it was just a huge relief that everyone seemed to like what I was doing. So that was awesome to see. Yeah, a great feeling, of course.
Yeah.
Awesome. I have a question that's a little off topic. So as a Toriyama fan, what's your opinion on Superman versus Goku?
Oh, if you write on Google Superman versus Goku, I think you will see on the first pages maybe one of my drawings, because
Oh, cool. I was just going to add, that was my next question. Like, have you ever drawn it?
Yeah, because and that's my most popular image on the internet.
Very cool.
It was made when I was not a professional. I was just doing some fan art on a website called DeviantArt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it was just I released that thing in there, and it was like crazy on the comments, like it
Awesome.
exploded. So yeah, I don't know. I've seen so many comments on that. I don't know, because
Not picking a side.
we're discussing like huge pages of arguments.
Yeah.
Saying, no, it's this because on this story this happened in
Oh yeah.
for Superman and for Goku, with pictures. No, but he destroyed the planet. But yeah,
That's awesome.
So I'm not saying one or the other. I just don't know.
So going back to Action Comics, then, what was it like working with Philip Kennedy Johnson?
Oh, it was amazing. Talking to him, it's a little bit talking like to Superman,
Oh,
I had that feeling, because he always wants to make to motivate you, to for you to be the best you can. In this case, to be the artist I would be, the best artist I could be on book. And I don't know, something about him that I think it's related to the character. I really felt that. Yeah. I didn't tell him that, but I have to.
It's out there now. He knows.
Yeah, he's amazing. And like I said, the first thing he asked me, what would I like to draw, and we got a little bit of that action scenes I told him about. Superman loses the fight, but he punches he punches Mongol in the face. In that page where he was saying nobody wants you here, and Superman said no, but one person did.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, it's amazing whenever we get to discuss things like this on the project. It's perfect. It's the ideal situation. It's not possible many times because of deadlines and editorial stuff that we don't control. But when that happens, and in this case, well, Philip just contacted me. Let's talk a lot about what we can do. So that was just perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice. So with your your version of Superman, is it based on anyone in particular? Is it based on an actor? Because I know sometimes artists like to use real people as a reference, or maybe a comic version of Superman or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's a mix of my favorite Supermans. In my case, like I said, I love Christopher Reeve's depiction of Superman, but who doesn't, right? And of course, the most recent movies, I love them too. So my just a blank. I'm not remembering the.
Oh, is it Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
By the way, hearing Henry Cavill talking about Superman, it's just amazing, and he has some ideas for future movies. I don't know if you guys seen him talk about that.
Yeah.
It's just amazing, and let's hope he he gets to do that.
Yeah, I could watch him talk about Superman for hours, but yeah, I'd love to see him actually get to, for more reasons than one. But I'd love to see him get his own film again.
Agreed.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He looks good as Superman, but the ideas he has for Superman movies, that he wants to do, are just fantastic. So hoping he'll get to do it. But yeah, I get a bit of his looks also, because it made sense to me. Yeah. And of course, my favorite artists are in there for sure. And you talked about Kingdom Come. Well, Alex Ross's Superman is just like classic.
Yeah.
I imagine his Superman wherever I'm drawing, like the face of Superman. I always go a little bit Alex Ross for sure.
Cool.
And then my style is a lot influenced by Dan Jurgens, like I said, and Jim Lee. So it's like a mix of that, perhaps.
Awesome.
I think going back to Alex Ross, I think I've seen a picture. I think his Superman was based on his friend, and he took pictures of his friend doing the poses that he painted, and just sort of draw the Superman costume on top of him, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, he always does that. He takes picture of all his friends.
Yeah.
And I think a little bit of him is in his depiction, because it's a natural thing. You see, you use reference, but you're always seeing yourself on the mirror for expressions and stuff like this. So it normally that happens a lot. So for sure, Alex Ross always present.
Yeah. So talk us through your sort of process from start to finish. So you get a script from a writer. What's your process from there?
Well, I start drawing little thumbnails with the script, with the layouts. I'm sorry. And I drew all the script on those little thumbnails, and then I send them to the editors and the author to see if they have any notes. From there, just I start. If they want anything change, well, hopefully that's the phase they will tell me about it. Because after that, I just start drawing them on the final pages.
Yeah.
I do it traditionally, like.
Oh yeah, you can see. Yeah.
For now, because I think I got tired of using computers on that website.
Oh yeah.
Design phase. So for now, I'm still using traditional tools. Who knows? In the future, I'll go to the other, using the Wacoms and Cintiqs and stuff like that. Because I do sometimes on the layouts, but for now, for the final work, I like to do it traditionally. Awesome. But yeah, then I do. I start sending them weekly pages.
Yeah.
And like I said, hopefully they approve the final, because making changes on the final work is just troublesome.
Yeah.
A bit of a pain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been lucky in that sense. Normally it's all good.
So if if you've got a sort of a full page panel, how long will that normally take you?
It should take about a day, but many times that's not possible. So more difficult backgrounds and stuff like that. Sometimes I leave them to do some other day.
Nice.
But normally the deadlines should be about doing 5 pages for a week.
Okay.
4 or 5 maybe with a bit of space to in the end perhaps.
So aside from the art side of Action Comics, what do you think of the story so far and where it's going to go?
Oh, it's amazing. I've just seen the preview for what's going to happen next with those amazing drawing.
Yeah, is it Ricardo Federici?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
and it's great that he will be drawing some of the characters I've designed. So I'm really excited for that. I've just seen pre-looks appearing in there, so it's awesome.
Great. That's always fun.
Yeah. I think Darlin was my favorite out of the designs that you did. Because it was just this big, massive monster, but has got a name of Darling.
Yeah. Well, that was Philip Kennedy's. He described the monster, and the name was already there. So, I'm really excited to see it. I love it. I've been part of it, so but I think as a reader, when Philip described to me what was going to happen, I was just, oh, this is unbelievable. It's really exciting. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Is that
I have seen this image a billion times. I had no idea you drew it. That's super cool.
Incredible.
Yes, that's it. 2006, maybe something like this.
Wow.
Very cool.
So, obviously, you did the 2 issues for Action Comics, but will you be returning to the title at any point?
Well, not that I know of. I'm doing another project right now. The future will say. I have no idea if I can go back to it or not.
Okay.
What is
one? Of course, drawing Action Comics or Superman, count me in.
Yeah. What's one character you really want to draw? Like, if you had the opportunity, what would you really want to do?
Well, Justice League Last Rides made me draw everyone.
There you go. Yeah.
It's really hard to say because the book opens with the Superman punching Doomsday.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't see it, but Chip was describing it as Doomsday came back with the black Superman suit, but they fought, and his suit is all ripped up, so you don't really quite know what is happening there, but that just this idea of starting a new Justice League story and this is happening on the first panel.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Screaming again.
Super cool.
But yeah, I just I'd like to say, well, I always loved this character, but I think I've drawn him on Last Ride.
Nice, yeah.
Maybe Batman Who Laughs, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Haven't drawn him yet.
I think that would be good in your art style as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to save the last few questions for the end of the interview, but for now, are you able to teach us how to draw the perfect Superman?
Well, not sure about the perfect part of it, but
Well, we're drawing it, so it
I can
definitely.
try and then show how I draw my Superman.
Yeah.
You know? Let's see if we can do this.
Nice.
I prepared
Nice.
this.
Okay.
Nice.
Little board. Let's see. Oh, you are going to draw it too?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
just for those listening, if you listen on Spotify or other streaming platforms without the video, obviously this part will be much better if you can see what we're doing. So please head over to our YouTube channel or Twitter or Facebook to watch it there. So we've got everything that we need to start drawing, I think. So if you're watching live, feel free to join in and be sure to share your artwork with us before the end of the episode, and we can try and take a look at some of those as well. And yeah, just tag me in the comments on social media if you do post it, and we'll try and get those up on the show as well. So let's go.
Let's go. I'm not sure we can do this, but we'll try. I sketched it a little bit here, so I don't mess up online live.
Cheating.
And everyone, no, he's fooling us all. He's a fraud. But yeah, maybe that can happen too. Let's see. Well, you know, every character has we tend to draw naturally, like the eyes or the faces, but with Superman there's a couple of things that it has to be present almost every time. So I'll just start drawing and let's see what we can come up with. So that intense eye Superman has to have that intense expression. I'm going to draw him on his side view, you know.
Yeah.
We're just going to try and copy what you're doing. Milton says, time to go all Jim Lee on this board.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, nice. Is that his brow right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His ball and his eye.
Definitely see some Akira Toriyama influence there.
Yeah.
While you're
Is he
drawing
gonna have
this,
the grey highlights in his hair?
Sorry?
Is he gonna have the grey highlights in his hair too?
while you're drawing, we got a couple more comments. I'll just read here. Connor Super One says, "Hello, fellow Kryptonians." Hello, Connor Super One.
Hello.
Milton says, "Hello
Hey,
there."
Milton. Hola, Milton. He's a
And
friend.
then,
Oh,
he is. Oh, great.
Hello.
He says, "I'm going to draw along as well."
Great.
Awesome.
Then post it on the comments.
Yeah. If you're drawing along with us, please post your photos of your work on the comments. And Lou Johnson says, do you have a page where you sell your original art?
Yeah, I've been partnering with a website called Comic Heart.
Comic Heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a lot of pages in there, especially less ride pages.
Okay. So Google Miguel Mendonça and Comic Heart. I'm sure you'll find it.
Yeah. .com. I think it's .com. So one of the most important things comes right now. The jaw, you know. Jaw and chin. You have to have that on the while drawing Superman, you know. And I normally do that on many characters, the strong chin and jaw, but you have to have it on Superman, for sure.
Mine's very out of proportion. He's got really big ears on mine.
Classic Kryptonian big ears. Well, my Superman's looking like a grandpa, but
Maybe it's Jor-El. Now comes another feature that's super important, the curl.
Oh,
the
yeah.
spit curl, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, that just looks effortless.
Yeah, no, mine does not look like that.
You have the chin, you have the curl, so almost Superman.
Okay. I notice I'm having to use a lot more of eraser than you are.
Well,
But I've made the little sketch before, so I'm cheating. I'm cheating here.
Gotcha.
It's in blue, so you guys don't see it.
Well, mine looks more like, I don't know what it's called. It's like the tiki stone rock thing. On Night at the Museum where it says Dum Dum. What's that called?
Yeah, the Easter Island head. Yeah,
that's what mine looks like.
Then his hair, well, different artists do it differently. Christopher Reeve had all the slick. I have coming in the interview.
All right.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh.
Hola.
Hola.
He wants to learn how to draw Superman too.
Awesome.
But I do my Superman with his hair is a bit messed up,
Yeah, that makes sense if he's been in a few fights.
Yeah, and the wind.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a good point.
I remember when the trailer for Superman Returns came out, everybody was so impressed that his hair was moving in the wind. Because in the Donner movies, it never moved.
But when he stopped, what happened? His hair went.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Exactly.
It's super hair.
Well, my drawing is awful. I'm tempted to not even show it because it's really bad.
And now comes the most important thing while drawing Superman, because it's the back of his head, and you just do it like that. That's the Superman.
I'm starting again.
This is the main trick. This right here.
That is just he's got to have a thick neck.
That thick neck, yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Oh god, this one's even worse. I'm not good at the art skills today. I don't know what's happening. Oh, I'm just gonna stick with the original.
Well, last drawing, Ashley put us all to shame, so
yeah.
I'm sure he hasn't looked up, so I'm sure he's just killing it. See, I can never get like the back of or the top of Superman's hair to look right. Oh, Lou Johnson says, hate to interrupt, guys, but can you ask Miguel, does his original art come signed by him?
Of course, yeah, sure.
All right.
I used to forget to sign my pages, but not anymore. I learned that lesson.
Well,
but yeah, this is the main thing. The chin the thick neck, and the curl. That makes it Superman.
Yeah. You make it look so
He doesn't
easy.
even need the S on his chest, but you can have.
I think this one looks better than my last one. So
Yeah, I can't say the same.
all right, here's mine. See that?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Here's
that's
mine.
great.
Oh, hold on.
That's
Awesome.
not too bad.
Oh, I don't know. He's got a bit of a weird chin.
Oh, I'm rushing now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
2 more
Ashton's
seconds.
rushing now.
Sorry.
2 more seconds, please. Oh gosh.
Oh, Lou says on the website there's so many great pages to choose from. We're getting a lot of free promotion from Lou.
Awesome.
I'm just going to go and check to see if anyone's shared their drawing. So if you've been drawing along with us, please tag us in and I'll.
I paid
Yeah.
Lou, so he would.
You're in on it together.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the name of the site again?
He's laughing.
Well,
All right, Ashley.
Yeah,
I couldn't do the hair. First of all, it's such a it's such a privilege to be able to do this with you anyway, Miguel. So
Absolutely.
thank you anyway. But
Oh, thank you, guys.
Oh, that's good.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Yours is all in proportion.
I tried. It's a bit more Ed McGuinness around the chin, I think.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say
Yeah,
it's a
McGuinness.
little bit more Hulk, but
Yeah, Hulk. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would fit in well in like a Frank Miller book.
oh yeah,
Right.
sure.
Okay, well, I can't see that anyone shared their artwork with us.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Milton, come on.
Well, the good thing about this is if you end up doing the artwork, I mean, after this live thing is over, it'll just go on forever as a recorded video. So you can post your art at any time during the comments and it'll be up for everybody to see. So
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, now that you've seen all of our work, Miguel, which one is the best?
Oh, you can't make me choose. It's too difficult. I can't.
Okay. They're all so good. They're all so good. It's hard to pick which one.
All Superman and Marv from Sin City.
Milton.
Yeah.
says,
Okay. Yeah.
Milton's just commented saying that
He said he's
inking.
inking.
Oh,
Mr. Fancy.
and then coloring it and then making the whole comic before.
Oh, thank you, Connor. He says all our drawings look awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, they're either all too good to pick a winner or they're all so bad you can't pick a winner.
And with all this pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll look out for some of the drawings that you guys have been doing alongside as well. And thank you for doing that, Miguel. It was fun to do. And we have a few final questions for you. So do you have any advice for aspiring artists who want to become professional?
Well, I think it has a little bit to do with what I was saying in the beginning of making little goals for yourself.
Yeah.
It gets easier that way because I want to be better. So what can I be? If the goal is to be better, what can I do to make my drawing be better? That's just practice drawing every day. If I want to make stories, comic book stories, you have to do comic book stories. So start drawing and doing your own stories, so you can show what you are able to do.
Yeah.
and that's the thing, really. Feed that little that passion, the voice in your head until it grows, and it becomes something that you cannot uh, dismiss. You have to go that way all the way.
Yeah.
It's focus on what you want to do, and make little goals. That's the in comics, and maybe in everything else.
Yeah.
I think that helps.
You'll find that to everything. So do you have any sort of dream team ups? Are there any particular writers or colorists that you'd want to work with?
Well, I've been working with some fantastic writers that I wanted to work with, so I feel very lucky in that sense. But yeah, I was thinking about Superman stories, and I saw. I don't have much time to read comics as I would like, but I saw something from Tom Taylor on the story called Deceased.
Yeah, we love that.
And there's a Superman moment, where he knows he got the disease, and he's saying goodbye to his son, and that was just incredible to me.
Yeah.
The things he says to his son are just perfect, and it was very emotional. And well, I love Tom Taylor. I haven't worked with him, but sure. And well, Tom Taylor, maybe. I always loved Mark Millar's stories. Mark Millar.
Yeah.
So maybe it would be cool. Rick Remender. I've been reading Seven to Eternity. I think it's the name of the book.
Well,
an amazing.
As
book.
we know, everybody working at DC listens to this show.
Of course.
No.
You wish.
Yeah, we wish. So hopefully they'll hear your ideas and they'll want to team up.
Yeah. But it would be good to get a book with Tom Taylor and your artwork. We always talk about Tom Taylor on the show because, well, he's got a lot of comics out that we cover. But we love his work and we love your work, so it would be a good team up, I think.
And of course, I would like to team up with the others I've been working with. I don't feel like I've finished with with them. And now next one.
Yeah.
So I would love to work with them again. Yeah, for sure.
Well, and one final question: what does the future have in store for you? So you said that you were working on a project. I don't know if you can talk about it yet, but is there anything that you're working on that you can tell us?
I don't think so. I'm not sure, but I don't think I can.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry.
Don't get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was just tagged in a Twitter post of artwork, but it seems to have disappeared. Oh, wait.
It's censored.
I don't know if it's going to show it properly on my phone.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. And that is by Denson on Twitter, who is his name on Twitter is Afro Programmer.
Oh, so
Awesome.
cool.
Okay. Very
good. It worked.
Yeah, well, yeah, your teaching works. I'm just going to check now to see if Milton has posted.
We got something from Jason W. George. I'm at comicheart.com. Great stuff. I think I like the art much better before the colors are added. Maybe comics should try it for a month.
Yeah, that would be cool though, wouldn't it? Just a black and white comic. Quite effective.
Well, I buy a lot of those whenever I find them. I find them those versions like black and white, all pencils or ink or inks.
Well, there's that one great story in the Superman Red and Blue where that monster ate all the colors.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
When it turned into black and white. That was fun.
Oh, I have to see that. I don't think I saw it.
Yeah, it's a good excuse to make a black and white comic.
Yeah. That sounds great.
Okay, Milton's about to post, so we'll wait for Milton's.
Almost, yeah.
We need to see this now. I feel like we've been waiting for too long.
Yes.
I think it's going to be the winner.
Milton, I took a page out of your book and I inked mine.
Nice.
Right there, you can see it a lot better now. There we go.
That's good. It's good. Okay.
All right.
We are waiting for Milton, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, Miguel,
everyone's waiting for you, Milton.
This is my go-to question. This is my go-to question when there's nothing else that I can't think of anything else to ask. Who's your favorite actress who has played Lois Lane, or your favorite portrayal of Lois Lane in live action?
Well, for a lot of years, it was the what's her name? Terry Hatcher.
Yes. Yeah, she's awesome.
I associated her with Lois Lane for a long time.
She's my favorite, I think.
Funny thing, in the Smallville series, I always thought that Lana seemed like Lois. Much better than the Lois they ended up putting.
Oh, really? Because she's my favorite Lois, Erica Durant's. She's my favorite one. Yeah.
I like her, but when the Smallville series began, I really thought that this is the one they should pick for. Lois.
Nice. Lou Johnson says, while we wait, does Miguel do commissions?
Well, I do commissions from time to time. Normally, I'm too busy for commissions, but I'm doing them for some shows I will be going to right now. Only for the shows. If I open for anything else, I don't have time.
Yeah.
For
the price of fame,
the deadlines, and
Which shows are you going to?
I'm going to one in Valencia, in Spain.
Okay.
And another one in Belgium, Effects. And another one in France. Yeah, in June.
Nice.
Getting closer to England, Tasman.
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully you can come to the UK soon.
Well, I'm open to invitations.
All right, Milton.
On Twitter, let's see.
Oh, he says he posted it on Twitter. Okay, here we go.
Let's go.
Oh,
you gotta wrap it up.
No way. No. Okay, I can see why it took him so long.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Does Milton do commissions?
Yeah.
I think we should get Milton on the show.
He does, yeah.
That's amazing. Is he an artist too?
He's looking to
clearly
get
is.
into comics, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Well, I think he wins.
Yeah. It's definitely better than ours.
Next time it's him teaching.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Miguel, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today. We really appreciate it. We've had a great time speaking to Superman with you.
It's superb.
All the best for your future projects, which you can't tell us about, but I'm sure they're going to be amazing. And while we end, there's just a quick mention to our supporters on Patreon. We say this every episode, but it means a lot to us, and it's such a huge help. Shout out again to David Owen and David Beasley from the House of Al. Thank you for your ongoing support, and like I said before, we're going to have you on the show very, very soon. If you want to find out more about our Patreon subscriptions, head to patreon.com/The Aspiring Kryptonian. For those listening live, thank you so much for getting involved and for drawing along with us. It was great fun to see what you've done. And to those listening afterwards, thank you for taking the time, and we'll see you next time for episode 29.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome to The Aspiring Kryptonians, a podcast for Superman fans, hosted by Superman fans and focused around all things, you guessed it, Superman. After all, we are aspiring Kryptonians. From comics, TV, film and animation, each week we discuss our thoughts on the latest releases, news and even some retrospective reviews. So without further ado, let's get the show on the road.